Today we'll be learning writing loops in Python, using random numbers in Python, and drawing lines in different colours with Python Turtle. Hey guys, welcome back. So today we'll be doing a super fun type of game called Turtle Race. It's all about turtles racing. There's 4 turtles. You can choose who you're teaming up for, and they all race, and in the end you see who wins. This is a very simple version. However, you can really upgrade it by adding extra features like points, names for the teams. This is one of Code Club's brilliant projects. Be sure to check it out on the Raspberry Pi's website. And make sure you send me all of your amazing projects with the email codewithzeynep@gmail.com. If any of you also have a project you want me to walk through / tutorial, be sure to send me that as well. Please like, comment and subscribe to me for every weekly video. Without further ado, let's get on to the video. So what you need to do first is head straight on to the Raspberry Pi website and go to the project called Turtle Race. It's right here on Code Club Module 1. There you go. Now, this gets pretty confusing, but if you've done this before and click the link, which starts with the jump to right here, then it will probably take you back to what you've done before. There you go, I've done this one before. But if you've never done this before and never clicked this link, then I don't think that it will come up. Because I've just realised that with Trinket, here's Trinket, you won't actually, if you want to save Python Module 3 projects, you cannot actually save them without paying for a subscription. If I were you, I recommend getting Code Plus Plan, as the Connect is more for schools. Like, you can add in assignments with that one, and I don't think if you're working on your own, I don't think you really need that. So if you want, you could really just delete everything, just like this, so you can start again, just like this, and then just start again. But if you really care about what you've done, and you want to save it and look at it back at it, then I would suggest just getting it. Also, if you're planning to code like a lot, like every week, or like I would get that plan so you can code online. But if you're not really planning to code that much, just once in a while, then you don't really need it. So now we have that over and done with. You click on the link and it'll take you to a project. This is using Python Module 3. If you don't understand the very basics like printing and using if statements, then I would go watch my other videos. There's one called About Me and Rock, Paper, Scissors. The links will be in the description. On to the video. So let's start off with just starting off the function. So I'm going to write from turtle import. And you need to remember a star as well, just on the top. To get to a star, you need to do Shift and 8. That won't print out anything yet. Now, underneath that, I'm going to write forward 100. You need to also remember the brackets. So that just made the turtle. I've just imported a turtle function into it. And now I'm saying that for the turtle to move forward by 100, as you can see. Now, we're going to use the turtle to draw tracings for the race. Now, what we're going to write next to the screen, we're going to write 0, forward 100, and then you go right 5. What the right does, it's going to just basically write a number on top of the line. There you go. I'm just going to delete this. There you go, you see? So it writes 0, then it moves forward 100, and then it writes 5. So that's very basic, just for like a track for running in. let's update our code into a loop. But first, we're going to just fill in, make it go from 1 to 5, if you get me. So instead of just going 0 and then straight onto 5, we're going to fill in the numbers going 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm just going to fill them in and see you on the other side. I've just finished adding them in. I did first you write 0, then you move forward 20, and then you write 1, move forward 20, on and on and on. So as you can see, it just fills it in really. Now this seems pretty repetitive, doesn't it? So why don't we update it and make it into a loop? So I'm going to use a for loop. Instead, let's just delete this. We're going to write for step in range 5, so we're going to repeat it 5 times. And remember to not forget the colon so we can use indentations. If you don't know what indentations are, you could just go to my other video, rock, paper, scissors, and see more about that. Now, I'm going to write step forward 20. So you see, this is what it does. So each step in the range of 5, first it's going to write one step, which is a number, and then it's going to move forward 20, then it's going to repeat that 5 times. But we want it to go up to the number 5, not 4. And the reason why, even though we write 5, it includes the number 0. So if you count 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, those are 5 numbers in themselves. So let's just change it to 6, so you can add in that 5. There you go. So now we have that done. Let's make the turtle go a bit higher, because right now it's kind of in the middle of the screen and we don't really want that. Before I'm going to do the writing, here I'm going to write go to minus 140, comma 140. So you see it goes up. However, we don't want this massive line going through the middle. So just before we're going to do that, let's write pen up. The turtle has a pen with it, and which is why it's writing. It's like a pencil. So we're going to put the pen up so it doesn't write, but it still moves. And then we're going to put the pen down again so then it can start writing. And that's how it looks like. But I forgot to write pen down again. Let's see. There you go. But we don't really leave the pen down, it doesn't really matter. Okay, why don't we make the lines vertical now? Instead of going horizontal, why don't we make them vertical? So they go downwards. Now, what we're going to do for that, I'm just going to delete the right step. What I'm going to write, before I'm going to write right step, actually. There you go. Next I'm going to write right, so this is saying the turtle to turn right by 90. And then go forward by 10. And then you put the pen down. And then you go forward by 150. And then you put your pen up. And then you go backwards again with the pen up by 160 to go right back to that number, and then you turn left by 90. So, first I'm going to show you it, then I'm going to explain it. You see? But you see, it doesn't move forward. So, after you just need to write left and then forward by 20. As you see, it's just drawing vertical lines going down, and it's going to repeat it 6 times. There you go. So what it does, first it writes a step, which is the number, and then it's going to turn right, so it faces downwards, and then it goes forward by 10 with the pen up, as you can see, there's a bit of a gap in between the numbers and the lines. And then it puts the pen down and it moves forward down by 150. Then it puts the pen back up and it goes back right up to the number. And then it turns left and it moves forward and then it repeats the same thing. Now, as you can see, the numbers are a bit budged to the side from the lines. So why don't let's make them right on the top. So what we write is right, step, align, as align means to get something in a line, if you get me. Align equals center. So it aligns in the center. Now let's look at that. Now, that's pretty weird. So let's bring out our troubleshooting cat and find out what's going on. So it looks like there's a bit of like a mirror thing going on there. Let's see what we did wrong. Right, step align. So I think we can delete this then, because I think I repeated the right and the step. There you go. Boom. So make sure you don't expect that everything's going to be perfect, because sometimes you will get some stuff wrong. So just be sure to go thoroughly into your code and see everything which you've done wrong. And then hopefully you'll find what you've done wrong. Now it does go a bit slow, doesn't it? So why don't we change the speed so it can go a bit faster? As it gets a bit boring watching a slow turtle that's moving around. Perfect, much faster. Now, if you want to make it even faster, put it to 0. If you want to see, super fast. I'm just going to keep it at 10 for now so we can see what we're doing and we can see what the turtles, each move the turtle makes. Now, why don't we make the code a bit longer? Because if the turtles are racing through that, it'll be a pretty short race. What I'm going to change is just this number to 15. There you go. It's going to draw 14 lines for us. Now that looks like a better race. Now all we need to add is the turtles, don't we? So which moves us on to step 2, which is adding the turtles in. So now I'm going to add a few turtles in. My first turtle is going to be called Adder. So I'm going to write Adder is a turtle. Equals means is. And then you put 2 brackets. And Adder's colour. Now, Adder's shape is a turtle, as she is a turtle, isn't she? Now, what we want is Adder to put her pen up. Adder.pen up, which is just telling Adder to put her pen up. And then we want Adder to go to the coordinates minus 160 and 100. And then she needs to put her pen down. Let's run that. And also I'm just going to make the speed faster. Much better. You see? So Adder's colour is red and she's getting ready to race and she just moves onto her place to race. Now let's add in the other 4 turtles. All you need to do is repeat the same code, just move down the coordinates, these, only this one, you keep 160, just make the 100 go down by about 20. So we've got 100, 80, and then on and on and on. Perfect. So I'll see you when you've finished adding 4 turtles. And also, just make sure you keep them short names, because if you make a really long name, like, it's going to be a bit confusing for you. So, have fun! I finished writing all 4. I have Adder, Bob, Lynn and Poa. So let's see. We're going to go. There you go. Now, as you can see, Poa is a bit too bright. I think I'm going to change her colour. Now to change their colour, if you go on here, they can give you all the colours. I'm just going to skip to their part where they have it. Here's the different colours you can pick. Just wait for it to load. There you go. Here are different colours you can use. If you just click on them, it will tell you the name. So I think I'm going to change their colours. Ones which I might like a bit more, and maybe which might be more appealing to me. You can pick any of these you want. So if you want all of them to be blue, or all of them to be green, or red, or pink, or purple, it's up to you. Or if you want a mix and match, you can do anything with it. So I'm just going to change a few of their colours. For Ada, I think I'm going to go with a nice pastel theme. I think I'm going to make Ada a nice sky blue. And you need to spell it exactly the same because it's not going to work if it's not, and I don't think there is supposed to be spaces. Now, Bob, I want Bob to be a pale green. And Lynn, I want Lynn to be light salmon. There you go. And finally, Pua, I want Pua to be my favourite colour, pink. Let's make Pua hot pink. Now let's look at how they look like. There you go. So I really like those colours. I feel like they look really good. You can do any colour you want. If you could make them all neon, you could do maybe blue, and then lime, just yellow, and red. That's all neon. It doesn't really matter what you do. There you go. Next, we're going to make them go randomly, like race, because each race needs to be different, which means they need to be random. But first, we're just going to add another function in, which is called from random imports random. So this means that now we're allowing the function random to come out, which allows us to make random like generator for the computer. If you want to know more about this, I was explaining it in my previous video, Rock, Paper, Scissors, where I got the computer to randomly pick either rock, paper or scissors. Be sure to go check that one out as well. So now I'm going to write another type of loop. For term in range 100, which goes by like 100 times, 100 forward I think maybe, Ada, and then I'm going to write random, she goes forward randomly 1 to 5. Now I'm going to do the same thing for all of them. Bob dot forward random 1 to 5. Same with Lynn. Lynn dot forward. Like Lynn needs to go forward, Bob needs to go forward, and Ada needs to go forward all randomly. Then we'll see who wins. Forward random 1 to 5. And finally, Pua dot forward, not comma, you see, that would have been a very big mistake. And very hard to look for how small it is. Forward random 1 to 5. So, let's see the outcome. I'm very excited. They are, and they're going randomly. Oh, I think I have a bit of a problem with the first two. There you go. Okay, I think I made a little problem with Ada and Bob. Let's see what happened. Let's see what's different. What I'm going to see, this is troubleshooting by the way. What I'm going to see is the difference between, because Lynn's one work and so does Pua's, but the first two don't. So let's see the difference between them. There must be something different about them. They look pretty similar right now. Pen down, pen down. There you go. I forgot to write Bob.pen down. So the computer's confused. Who should I put the pen down for? Like, there's 4 of them. And the same with Ada.pen down. Let's try again. Here we go. I'm supporting Lynn right now. Hope he wins. There you go, it's Poa who won. So, it's a really fun game and you can add loads of different features. So let's do a challenge. Can we make the turtles do a little twirl before they race? Here's a hint. A full turn is 360 degrees. A turtle can turn right 10 degrees 36 times. So if you made the turtle turn 10 degrees 36 times, then it'll get there in the end. Or it can turn 5 degrees 72 times. Or any other number which can make 360. So, if I were you, I'm going to use 4, a loop, and turning right forward directions. So I'm going to see, let's see if you can do it. I'm going to talk through it now, but be sure to pause the video right now and you go do it, then come back to see if you're right. So what I'm going to do is 4, turn in range, but first I'm going to put it, don't put it on the end, we need to put it before they race, which is about here. For turn in range, let's do 36. For turn in range 36, and remember the colon, I'm gonna do, let's say, Ada dot right. I'm kind of mimicking what they're doing here. Ada dot right. How much? Ada dot right 36 times, which means I'm going to change this to 10. Same with Bob. Bob dot right. Let's hope this works. 36 times. Lynn dot right 36 times. And Poa dot right 36 times. Also, I just forgot, I'm going to copy this. Right now, they don't really know who Ada, Bob, Lynn and Poa are. So let's delete this here and do it right before they race, which is here. Paste. There you go, let's see if it works. There you go. Now they're turning around and then they start racing. That's pretty fun. You could do loads of different stuff. You can make them use different directions to do different stuff. You can make them do kind of like a type of Mexican wave with it, like going forward, backwards. I don't know, anything you really want. So I have one more challenge. This is the last one, I promise. Let's see if we can make dashed lines. Instead of straight lines, can we make the lines dashed? Now this is pretty hard. Here's a hint. You find the code which draws a straight line, this, and try using a for loop, a forward, pen up, and pen down. Now this is really hard, so I'm going to skip through this part because it might take some time, and I'll see you in the end and explain it all to you. Have fun! Okay, so finally I've finished it as well. I hope you guys have managed to do it. It is pretty hard and it does go in the end. My one did go a bit slanted, but it doesn't really make a difference. Like, it still plays perfectly. All the turtles move normally. I just move the turtles a tiny bit down a bit so then they don't hit the end, and it works perfectly. There you go. You can do this with so many different things. So many. And there you go, Lin Huang. Wow, that was quite a tricky one. I hope you guys did it alright. And if anything happened, be sure to troubleshoot it. If you have any questions, just ask me. And yeah. So that's the end of this video. But before we go, I'm just going to say an interesting fact about turtles. As I said in my last video, Rock, Paper, Scissors, be sure to check it out. Every video, I'll be talking about something, either a joke or really anything. If you want me to talk about something which you think is important, or if you have a joke, or if you have anything you want me to say on this, just send it to me, either comment it or send me an email with code withZainab@gmail.com. So today's fact is, would you think that turtles breathe underwater? Like most mammals, can they breathe underwater? In fact, turtles cannot breathe underwater. They hold their breath for up to 5 whole hours. Wow. So that's all we have for today. Be sure to A, comment what you want me to talk about. B, comment what your favourite colour is. And C, like, comment and obviously subscribe. Bye for now.